Bodine52, how are you folks? For those of you that follow my channel, you know this is my 2018 Ultra Limited Big Mama. The reason I'm showing her to you again, and you may have saw some other videos of mine about motorcycle seats, which I've been in search of the one. And I had a Tallboy on the bike for 2 days, really didn't like it, and I actually finally did it. Based on some recommendations, I got a Mustang seat, and I got to tell you what, folks, I love it in its first 100 miles. Alrighty, folks, so you probably watched that intro and said, come on, dude, you've added 100 miles. You can't love it yet, right? Yep, I'm in love. No doubt I found the one. And let me tell you a little bit about my story real quick on the seats. For those that don't follow my channel or seen those videos, I'm 6'2", 6'3", right at 2018, Ultra Limited, by the new name of Big Mama. Nice to see families out and about, right? Life getting back to normal. That's beautiful. I am in Manchester, Michigan, by the way. But the only one thing I don't like about this bike, anything that really matters, is that, you know, I felt crowded towards the front of the motorcycle, and the seat just didn't sit me far back enough. So I've really been working on, you know, what kind of seat can I get for that, with and without the backrest, and you know, the stock seat actually was not that bad. Mrs. Bodine and I both liked it, but it still made me feel like it was too crowded. So, and do you think this lady knows where she's going? Would be my question. She's probably going to Frank's place. I have not know about that place. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I like these little small old towns like this. But I was. I've been really looking, and I demoed a Tallboy seat from a dealership. Kind of liked it, and didn't like it. And finally, I'm going to say, screw it. I'm going to get the Tallboy. Ordered the Tallboy, put it on the bike, rode it for a day, and said, hey, this Tallboy seat is great if I'm not going to put a passenger on it, meaning that Mrs. Bodine would feel a little more cramped, number one, but two, it was as much about making sure that nobody runs me over in this intersection. It was more about, once I put the backrest on the Tallboy seat, it still had me forward, and I really didn't realize that 1.5 2 inches of whatever they said that the benefit of sitting back further was. Now, a couple folks on that video, and I'll link that full Tallboy video in the description, because I really did a full review of that seat compared to the stock Harley-Davidson for my Limited. A couple guys mentioned that, hey, dude, you got that's a wrong backrest for that seat, and they may be right. They probably are right. But I will tell you the main difference, a couple of main differences so far in this Mustang seat, and I think they call it the Super Deluxe something. I don't know. I'll leave the name of it. I'll put that right down here. Here it goes. Was that, you know, if you look at the bracket that's on the backrest for the stock seat and the backrest of on the Harley, you know, it's going on the back of the fender, so it's coming down like this, and it kind of comes out at an angle. Now, granted, it can come out at an angle and flip back. I kind of get that. You okay? All right. But it really didn't give me the benefit. So, magiccitybiker, when I was in search, said, hey, dude, I got this Mustang seat. I'm 6'2". It's awesome. I love it. And I'm like, yeah, but does it sit me back a couple inches? He's like, it does. I'm like, okay. Now, mind you, at this time, I already ordered the Tallboy. So when I realized the Tallboy wasn't going to work, I sent it back, and I reached out to him, and I said, how do you like it? And he says, hey, look, I love it. And I said, my problem is with the backrest on, because Mrs. Bodine rides with me, and if we're going to go touring, I want to have the backrest on it. And he says, well, the backrest is on, and it's really comfortable. He goes, the backrest is straight, so you don't lose that 1 3/4, 1.5 2 inches, whatever it is. And so I said to him, I'm like, dude, that's impossible. Because the way the backrest mounts onto the back of the fender is at an angle. So it has to be angled. And he goes, no. He goes, these seats, the backrest comes straight out of the back of the seat. So you don't lose that at all. So now on this seat, not only do I have the 1 3/4, but that backrest is straight up. It goes into, like I said, into the back of the seat. It's adjustable. And now I have the backrest and the 1.5 inches on this seat. And I love it. Now, I will also tell you it is extremely comfortable. Granted, I'm 100, maybe 150 miles now on it. But I feel so much more comfortable riding it. And I like the position it puts me in. I have 10-inch apes on this bike, and it lets me have my arm straight out. I'm fully extended. My legs are great with enough space, and I don't feel like I'm, sitting on the tank. So I will tell you that the cost of the Tallboy seat, I believe, was $329, something like that. It's in the video. So realistic, right? I mean, it's a halfway decent number for a seat. And then and one of the other reasons I got a Tallboy was I really didn't want to dump $800-900 on a seat, right? But I ended up saying, okay, I'm going to spend more money. I was able to return the seat to the House of Harley, by the way. Some folks don't let you return seats. They were awesome. House of Harley. You can get the Harley stuff cheaper there. But I decided to go ahead and buckle up the money for this one. Now, I will tell you, it was, I think, $679 or something. Almost double the price. It is by far worth it. It really is. And again, that's a lot of money and to spend. So, I mean, like I told Mrs. Bodine, it's peanut butter and jelly for a couple months till we work this money back. But it is pretty awesome. I do, and for a while I was just like, okay, I'm also going to have, I'll just keep the backrest off. And I mentioned in a couple of my videos that I tend to hunch, so I try to work on my posture. And but with this backrest, I got the backrest on. So I feel like I'm sitting back. I feel like I'm sitting straight up. I got all this room. It's freaking awesome. So, again, it's 150 miles in. But I got to tell you, as far as pushing me back, as far as comfort right now, and as far as how the backrest is, man, this one hits everything. You reach out to a bunch of people that have things, and they just say, hey, I had it on this bike, I moved it to that bike, I had it on this bike. By the way, if you have a satellite dish, would you do that? I bet those people aren't boring. Maybe a little cray-cray, but not boring. So, again, I'm not going to do a full review on the seat until I have 500, maybe 1,000 miles on it. But I'll tell you what, if you happen to be in the market right now, you happen to be a tall rider, this is just my opinion, and I know a lot of people love the Tallboy seat as well. You may not know what you got until you put yourself on one of these Mustang seats, because it's like night and day. Alrighty, folks. I am just wanted to give you my initial thoughts on the seat and ask you, why is all this traffic out here on a day that I want to ride? That's a problem. All right. Thanks, folks, for checking in the channel. Hope you and your family and loved ones are doing well. Thanks for checking in on us. Be safe on and off the motorcycle, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.